The shiny birthday invitation taunted me from my desk. A Princess Extravaganza at Magic Kingdom Funland, hosted by Emma Patterson. My ex-husband's new wife had picked the very same venue she'd blocked my twins from using just last month. It was the exact amusement center with a castle theme where my kids, Jake and Lily, had hoped to celebrate their 8th birthday. We're terribly sorry, but the venue was overbooked. The manager had told me regretfully, just 2 days before their party. Mrs. Patterson specifically requested that date for her daughter's event, and with her husband's role on the city council, now it all made sense. Emma wanted the place for her darling princess, and whatever Emma desired, she got. Or at least that's how things used to go. I grabbed my phone and dialed. "Marcus, how's the acquisition paperwork looking?" My attorney laughed. "All finalized, Miss Sullivan. Magic Kingdom Funland and its subsidiaries are officially yours. I'm still curious, though, why the rush on this deal? Let's just say I'm throwing a birthday bash." I could still picture Emma's smug grin at last month's school pickup. "Oh, Sarah, maybe plan ahead next time. Some of us have influence." She tossed her perfectly styled hair, flashing the engagement ring my ex-husband, James, had given her, the one that took the place of mine. The same ring she flaunted while telling anyone who'd listen how she'd rescued James from his failed first marriage. Apparently, a self-made woman running her own consulting business didn't measure up to their elite crowd. They needed someone who fit their mold. I glanced at the framed picture on my wall, my twins blowing out candles at last year's modest backyard party. After the venue fiasco, we'd ended up at a local pizza joint. They'd put on brave smiles, but I saw the hurt in their eyes when classmates asked why their castle party got scrapped. My intercom buzzed. "Miss Sullivan, the board from Magic Kingdom Funland is here for the kickoff meeting. Bring them in." I adjusted my blazer, savoring the irony that Emma had no clue her connection to the venue was now sitting in my office. The boardroom filled with anxious executives, including Thomas Reed, the manager who'd canceled my kids' reservation. He didn't recognize me out of my usual mom attire. A tailored suit and a corner office work wonders. "Ladies and gentlemen," I began, "I've reviewed your operations and I'm troubled by certain reservation practices, specifically the habit of canceling confirmed bookings for VIPs." Thomas squirmed. "Miss Sullivan, I assure you, we only make exceptions for very important like a city councilman's wife." I slid my twins' canceled booking form across the table. "This event was scrapped with 2 days' notice to make room for Mrs. Emma Patterson." His face paled. We had no choice. No choice but to favor some customers over others. Curious business strategy." I placed Emma's new booking form beside it. "And now I see the venue's reserved for her daughter's party next weekend. Mrs. Patterson is about to learn a valuable lesson." I smiled, recalling Emma's words at the last PTA meeting. "Some of us have influence, don't we?" The board members exchanged uneasy looks as I presented the new company policies. "Effective immediately, all reservations will be honored first come, first served. No special treatment for status, political ties, or people who love flaunting their clout." "But Mrs. Patterson's event," Thomas stammered, "will follow the same rules as everyone else's." I handed him a letter. "Make sure she gets this today." As the board shuffled out, my phone pinged with a text from Emma. "Trouble with the castle booking. Maybe stick to the pizza place, it's more your speed." I grinned, typing back. "Actually, I've got a meeting with the new owner about that. You know how it works, connections are everything." 3 hours later, my office door flew open. Emma Patterson stormed in, designer purse swinging with my frazzled assistant trailing behind. "I'm so sorry, Miss Sullivan, she wouldn't wait." "It's okay, Jenny." I leaned back in my chair, relishing Emma's brief confusion as she took in my sleek office with its city skyline view. "What did you do?" she demanded, brandishing the cancellation letter. "Do you even know who I am? Clearly someone who doesn't book appointments." I motioned to a chair. "But since you're here, let's talk about your reservation problem." "I don't have a problem. I had a confirmed booking and your company just canceled it." When James hears his wife got the same treatment she dished out to his kids, I watched realization hit her. "Karma's funny like that. You bought." She sank into the chair, her polished demeanor cracking. "This is about that silly kid's party, isn't it?" "No, Emma. This is about teaching self-entitled people that their actions have consequences." I pulled out my twins' old booking form. "This is about a woman who thought it was fine to let down 2 8-year-olds just to snag their venue. I had every right. James' position means nothing to me, just like my position meant nothing to you when you bragged about stealing my kid's party." I stood, enjoying the height advantage. But here's the difference. I'm not canceling your booking, she blinked. You're not? Nope. Instead, you'll get to explain to your daughter why her party's sharing the venue with my twins' rescheduled bash. I believe in teaching kids to share, don't you? You can't do this. Oh, I can and I have. The new policy is first come, first served. I smiled. Some of us have influence, remember? Emma stood, gripping her designer bag like a lifeline. James will hear about this. Good, tell him his kids say hi, though he'd know that if he'd bothered to show up for them lately. As she stormed out, I picked up my phone. Jake, Lily, how about we have that castle party after all? Trust me, it's going to be epic. The day of the duel celebration arrived with flawless weather and delightful chaos. I'd spent the week upgrading every detail of the castle venue, adding features to make any kid's dream come true. The main hall was split into two zones, one decked out in Emma's chosen princess theme, the other transformed into a mystical wizard school at my twins' request. Emma's expression when she arrived was worth every cent. She stood at the entrance, her daughter Sophia clutching her hand, gaping at the transformation. The castle's exterior now boasted climbing vines, sparkling lights, and a functioning drawbridge. Inside, holographic candles floated across the ceiling. But this isn't what I booked, she sputtered, staring at a towering chocolate fountain that definitely wasn't standard. Consider it a venue upgrade, I said smoothly, approaching with Jake and Lily at my side. Free of charge, we believe in treating all customers equally. My twins were buzzing with excitement, already dressed in their wizard robes. They'd picked a magical academy theme, complete with sorting ceremonies and wand crafting stations. The contrast with Emma's classic princess setup was stark. Then something unexpected happened. Little Sophia, still holding her mom's hand, stared at the wizard's side with wide eyes. Mommy, can I be a wizard instead of a princess, please? Emma's face flushed. Absolutely not. We spent months planning your perfect princess party. Actually, I cut in, as the venue owner, I insist all kids can enjoy both parties' activities. It fosters inclusivity, something I'm sure a councilman's wife would value. Before Emma could argue, guests started arriving. To her dismay, most kids, including her princess party attendees, gravitated to the wizard activities. The wand crafting station, where kids built glowing wands with special effects, was a massive hit. You're doing this to ruin Sophia's party, Emma hissed as she passed me. I watched Sophia, now in a wizard robe over her princess dress, happily joining my twins in a magical science experiment. Looks like Sophia's having a blast to me. Funny how kids don't care about grown-up rivalries, isn't it? The party blended despite Emma's efforts to keep the groups separate. Kids flowed between both themes, enjoying the best of both worlds. Even parents started mingling, realizing they had more in common than their assumed social barriers suggested. James showed up an hour late, as usual. He froze when he saw me, clearly not expecting his ex-wife to be co-hosting the event. But it was the twins' reaction that hit him hardest. Dad, they shouted, running over in their wizard robes. Look what we made. They showed off their wands and spellbooks. For a moment, I saw real regret in his eyes as he realized how much of their lives he'd missed. Sarah, he said, approaching me as the kids returned to their friends. I didn't know you were, Emma said. That I couldn't afford this place. That I didn't belong in your circle. I raised an eyebrow. Things change, James. Sometimes the people you write off surprise you. Emma appeared, tugging him away, but I noticed his gaze lingering on our kids throughout the day. He watched them lead their classmates through spell-casting games and potion-making, thriving in their element. The party peaked with a dazzling magic show, another of my additions. The performer wove princess and wizard themes into a tale of teamwork and friendship, earning cheers from all the kids. Even Emma's carefully curated princess cake shared the spotlight with my twins' color-shifting cupcakes. As the event wound down, Sophia approached me, clutching her new wand. Miss Sarah, this was the best party ever. Can I come to Jake and Lily's next one too? Emma swooped in, but not before I caught the conflict on her face. Her perfect princess party had been overshadowed, not by spite, but by pure childhood joy. Your kids are incredible, a school board member remarked as she left. Such natural leaders. They made everyone feel included today. I watched my twins say goodbye to their friends, including Sophia, still in her wizard robe. They've learned that real magic comes from uniting people, not dividing them. As the last guests left, Emma lingered, looking unusually unsure. Sophia had an amazing time, she said stiffly, despite the unusual setup. Sometimes the best moments come from unexpected twists, I replied. Maybe something to keep in mind before you cancel someone else's celebration." She gave a slight nod, then hurried off with Sophia, who was already asking when she could return to the castle. James trailed them, but not before giving me a look that suggested he was starting to see what he'd walked away from. As I helped my twins gather their magical creations, Jake looked up. "Mom, did you buy this whole place just for our party?" I smiled, recalling Emma's smug face when she canceled their original event. "Let's just say I believe in making dreams come true. Now who's up for planning a Halloween spectacular?" Their cheers echoed through the castle as we left Emma's princess decorations behind. Sometimes the best revenge isn't about settling scores. It's about rising above and building something greater. The dual party's impact spread through our community like ripples in a calm lake. Within a week, Magic Kingdom Funland's bookings had skyrocketed, with parents requesting the magical castle experience. But the real shift was in our town's social dynamics. Emma's carefully built clique started to fracture. Moms who once followed her lead began approaching me at school pickup, asking about party packages and venue rentals. "I had no idea you were so accomplished," Mrs. Anderson, the PTA president, said over coffee. "We're planning our annual fundraiser and would love to explore using your venue." I sipped my drink, recalling how she'd backed Emma's push to oust me from the PTA board last year. "My team supports community events," I said. "Unlike some, we don't pick favorites." The word spread fast. Sarah Sullivan wasn't just back, she owned the game. But the biggest change came from an unexpected source. James started showing up for the twins' events, really showing up, not just making cameo appearances. I caught him watching their school play, staying for the whole show instead of slipping out early. One evening, as I left my office, I found him waiting in the lobby. "The twins said you're hosting a Halloween event at the castle," he said, looking uneasy in his designer suit. "I'd like to pitch in if you'll let me. This isn't about the venue or my success, James. It's about being there for your kids." "I know I've messed up. Emma always said." "Emma's not their mom," I interrupted. "And you're old enough to make your own choices." He nodded slowly. "Sophia talks about them nonstop, how awesome their party was, how kind they were to include her. It hit me what I've been missing." The Halloween event was a game changer. James arrived early to help set up, working with me to create a spooky yet kid-friendly vibe. Emma showed up later with Sophia, her usual swagger noticeably subdued. Watching her daughter race to join my twins on a ghost-hunting adventure, Emma approached me. "I've been thinking about what you said about consequences and privilege." "Have you?" I asked. "Sophia asked why we can't be more like your family, open, fun, welcoming." She twisted her pricey ring. "I thought status and connections were everything, but seeing how happy the kids were at that party, mixing together no matter who their parents knew. Kids have a way of seeing through adult nonsense," I said. The event was a hit. Kids from all walks of life played together in the haunted castle, their laughter filling the halls. I watched James join the twins, helping them solve creepy riddles and hunt for treasures, looking more engaged than he had in years. Later that night, after the final ghost was caught and the last spell cast, I found a note on my desk in Emma's elegant handwriting. "You could have shut us out like I did to you. Instead, you showed me a better way. Sophia wants to attend more of your events. If you're open to it, I'd like a fresh start." I tucked the note in my drawer next to the canceled booking form that sparked this journey. Success, I'd learned, wasn't about claiming power or settling grudges. It was about creating spaces where everyone could shine. The twins burst into my office, still in their Halloween costumes. "Mom, can we do this every year? And can Sophia come for a sleepover?" Lily asked. I smiled, recalling Emma's old comments about suitable social circles. "Of course she can. Everyone's welcome at our house." As we drove home, past the twinkling lights of our castle venue, Jake asked, "Mom, are you and Dad friends again?" "We're learning to be better parents," I said honestly. "Sometimes people need to lose something to see its worth. Like how Emma lost her princess party but gained wizard friends," Lily said sagely. I laughed. "Exactly like that." The twins dozed off, their costumes slightly rumpled. In the rearview mirror, I saw the castle's lights fade into the distance. My empire built on inclusion, not exclusion, on redemption, not revenge. Emma had tried to shame me, but in the end, we all learned what truly matters. And those connections everyone prized. The strongest ones aren't made in elite clubs or social cliques, but in the simple magic of bringing people together.